Good afternoon, everybody. We thank you guys for joining us for the Vegetable Proteins, a review for food processor webinar. We're going to give just a couple more minutes here to let everybody start or let everybody join. But we'll get started here about we'll give it about 4 minutes, 11:32. So if we ask everyone's patience, we won't waste time, but give everyone about 2 minutes just to join. Okay, well, we'll go ahead. We don't want to start too late. We'll turn this over today. We're happy to have Derek Coleman, a project manager for CIFT, give us a webinar today on vegetable proteins, a review for food processors. With that going, I will turn this over to Derek and mute and turn my camera off. Thanks for giving us presentation today, Derek. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Todd. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for participating in the Vegetable Proteins, a Review for Food Processors webinar. I'd like to start off by stating that this webinar is intended as a general overview about vegetable proteins. Any technical discussions related to applications, formulation support, and/or product specifications can be discussed by myself or one of our CIFT team members offline. For over 25 years, we have been focused on our mission of driving competitiveness for food processors, manufacturers, and agribusiness through a unique blend of business solutions, innovation, and technical expertise in the areas of product development, food safety, and process engineering. Our team has worked with a variety of food and beverage processors all over the state of Ohio and beyond. We work on a lot of projects that involve application work, sometimes including working with a variety of vegetable proteins. Starting to my left is Dr. Shari J. Plimpton, who is recently retired, but still functions as a consultant for CIFT. She has spent many years within the food industry and has very valuable knowledge with vegetable proteins and product development. Also, my other colleague, Stacy Vernon, has quite a bit of experience in the food safety realm. Matt Eniger is our process engineer. And then again, you have myself. I've spent over 20 plus years in the food industry, half being in product development and half being in technical sales. My background has roots working on a variety of meat applications that often use a variety of soy and wheat-based proteins. Some historical footnotes about vegetable proteins. Vegetable protein, specifically soy protein, has historic roots dating back to the early 1900s and even earlier in Eastern civilization. A very popular US-based company, one of the early pioneers in the textured protein industry, has been credited to first developing soy-based textured proteins for meat applications dating back to the mid-1960s. In 1971, federal school lunch regulations allowed for inclusion up to 30% of TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, and ground meat for that program, specifically the USDA program. Many people associate protein with meat. However, the reality is that it's not only or exclusively found in foods of animal origin. Plant-based proteins are derived from 5 categories. The first being cereals, for example, wheat, corn, oats, rice. Second is legumes, or more defined, pulses, which are seeds of legumes. Which consist of pea, soy, and chickpea as examples. Oil seeds such as flaxseed and sunflower seed. Nuts ranging from peanuts to almonds. To edible seeds, quinoa is a good example, and tubers, which is of potatoes. Usually having a protein content of 40% or higher. These foods also tend to be higher in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients. Vegetable protein can be based around 4 different categories. So as a processor, you would buy vegetable proteins in one of these 4 states. The most common and well-known type is flour, a powder obtained by grinding vegetable matrices, which naturally contain proteins such as legumes. Flours generally contains less than 65% of protein. Concentrates are produced by extracting some of the oil or starch contained in the protein source. This process results in a powder with a higher protein content, usually around 65% or higher. Isolates are powders obtained in a similar way as concentrates, but their protein content is around 90%. Textured vegetable proteins can be defined as food products made from edible protein sources and characterized by having structural integrity and identifiable texture, such as each unit will withstand hydration in cooking and other procedures used in prepping the food for consumption. For example, as you see on your screen here, you see a variety of vegetable protein formats. So for example, in the top middle, the crumbled vegetable proteins will be used in applications such as taco meat or ground meat products. If you look to your lower right corner, you'll see shredded vegetable proteins, usually of wheat and or soy combinations. That is particularly used in applications such as shredded chicken or shredded pork. The most popular vegetable proteins in application use by far are derived from either soy, wheat, pea protein, or a combination thereof. As you could see, you could look at the different applications that you would use vegetable proteins in, ranging from plant-based patties, so the Beyond Meats of the world, processed meats, which I have a tremendous amount of experience in using vegetable proteins in, beverages or even sports beverages use a high amount of vegetable proteins in their formulation. Cereal bars, high protein snacks, instant soups, and bakery items are all examples of where you can find vegetable proteins. Reasons for using vegetable proteins. For starters, one of the reasons that many manufacturers use vegetable proteins are to improve firmness due to moisture retention. So it gives your product a softer bite or softer mouthfeel. It also can be used as a cost savings. It can be used as a meat replacer. The good thing about some of the vegetable proteins in general, it's about a third of the cost of meat. Health and wellness is another reason why people or manufacturers choose to use vegetable proteins. Again, due to reduced meat consumption, the general public perceives vegetable proteins as healthier, and it's also obviously a good option for vegetarian, vegan consumption. Nutritional content. Again, one of the reasons to use vegetable proteins is to boost the protein content in a particular product without the use of meat. For example, with child nutrition products, or as we call them, CN products, vegetable proteins are also often fortified or enhanced with vitamins and minerals, which are added into some of the food products for school food service. In terms of plant-based protein market forecasts, the plant-based protein market is estimated to be valued at 13.3 billion in 2023, and is projected to reach 19.2 billion by 2028 at a compound annual growth rate of 7.7% from 2023 to 2028. In terms of meat alternative retail products, we have all seen them in our local grocery stores at one time or another. Impossible Meat, again, I mentioned before, Beyond Meat, Morningstar has a line, Omni, as well as Corn. All of these products you can regularly see at your grocery store today. One of the interesting things is the Washington Post stated that some of the startup plant-based companies are opting to start creating products with animal fat in them to appeal to carnivore consumers. In terms of the meat alternative market industry forecasts, in 2022, the meat alternatives market was valued at $42.6 billion. A compound annual growth rate of 6.3% is predicted between 2023 and 2031, resulting in a market size of 73.8 billion. I will say that there are additional articles suggesting that the market is starting to cool off due to a number of challenges, including retail resistance, flavor challenges, and consumers not being familiar with some of the ingredient listings. In terms of news updates, by 2035, market researchers predict that 1 in 10 portions of protein is likely to be plant-based. You may be familiar with the company Bunge. They will invest $550 million to build a fully integrated soy protein concentrate and textured soy protein concentrate facility in Indiana. Construction will begin or has begun in Q1 of 2023, and the facility will be commissioned in mid-2025. An article published by Neuroscience News stated, a new study reveals that women consuming higher amounts of plant-based protein experience fewer chronic diseases and maintain better health as they age. According to Plant-Based News, a 30% switch to plant proteins by 2030 could offset all aviation emissions and save 7.5 million pools worth of water a year. Some of the suppliers that we recommend, or not necessarily recommend, some of the suppliers that are in our Ohio-based area are Skidmore Sales and Distribution, Yost Foods, and Mitsubishi International Food Ingredients. All three of these distributors contain a variety of different vegetable proteins that can be used for your application. The reason why we pinpoint these three specific companies is they are based in Ohio region, which is largely the footprint of where CIFT works with a number of clients. There are also national companies that, again, carry a variety of vegetable proteins from pea proteins to wheat to soy, and all parts in between, even milk proteins, to name a few. So those are some of the companies listed there that you may want to reach out to obtain a sample for your particular product development work. Again, these suggested suppliers are not endorsed by CIFT, but primarily used for educational purposes. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about CIFT's product development team, which I'm a member of. We work with a lot of clients, again, throughout of Ohio. We offer our services in formulation development down to packaging sourcing. We also support market research. We help out with specification development, just to name a few of the services that we currently offer our clients. We also have another area of expertise, food safety. Again, we help with third-party audits. We help clients put together food safety plans, as well as offer HACCP training, to name a few. Our third leg of the food team is process engineering. Again, we have helped many clients implement robotics in their system. We have also helped with process design as well as facility design for many of our clients. So if that's something that you are looking to have further conversations about, I would love for you to reach out to us so we can talk offline. Our membership consortium. We offer two membership platforms: Signature level, which is our introduction level, and Innovation level, which is our premium membership platform. I'd be happy to follow up with you to discuss which option is best suited for your organization, along with benefits and services that we offer for both platforms. I'd like to thank you for taking time out, specifically your lunch time, to learn more about vegetable proteins. Also like to ask, if you have any additional questions, feel free to follow up with me, Derek Coleman. I can be reached anytime. You can call me at 614-357-5843, or you can send your information into the info email listed on the screen there, and we will be in touch with you. Thank you. Any questions?
Derek, what do you, according from our audience, what do you think is going to be the biggest challenge in the vegetable protein market in the coming years?
I think probably one of the biggest challenges, which I've alluded to earlier in the webinar, the market is perceived to be slowing down. I think one of the reasons why the market is slowing down, two primary reasons. The consumers, for some of the products that are offered, when they are evaluating the ingredient statement, there are a lot of terms and ingredients within the ingredient statement that the common person may not be as familiar with, so they're reluctant to purchase the products. And then also, even though we have come a very long way in plant-based products, many consumers who both eat vegetarian products as well as meat items can clearly tell a difference between the two. So I think there still may be some hurdles in terms of flavor development within plant-based products, is one of the reasons why the market may be becoming flat. Any other questions?
All the questions. So thank you for your time, Derek. Thank you all for joining us today. And we will have this up online in the next day or two for anybody who may want to watch it again on our YouTube channel. Thanks everyone for joining.
Thank you very much.